The crew that you had in Russia, did they come from a horticultural or an agricultural background, or did they?
No,
No, just and they
no.
walked into it.
They walked into it. I ended up sending three of the staff actually two went to Rutgers University. So I managed to convince the club that, because I always wanted to, the goal was to train up people that could follow me when I leave and take over the realm. And so we ended up sending two staff to Rutgers and to get trained up. And the reason why Rutgers works so well, it's a timing issue. They can attend the course during the winter period, and their timing is really good. And that's one of the successes of the Rutgers program. And so that worked out really well. So those two people are running those two staffs that we sent to Rutgers. One of them took over for me at Pestevo, another one took over the golf course in St. Petersburg that we owned at the time.
Proves that the system works. The members maybe weren't the finest golfers in the world, perhaps, I'm guessing, but they will have played some of the finest golf courses in the world. Did your place measure up standard-wise, quality-wise, with what they will have experienced in other parts of the world?
That was the demanding part of the job. The expectation was so high. One of our shareholders, he's president of the Russian Golf Federation. He's played everywhere. He's played the Valderammas. He plays the Middle East golf courses everywhere, and that was what you were judged. That's what you were judged on, is the surfaces.
Yeah.
So I guess they wouldn't have kept me there if I wasn't doing what they wanted. And at the end of the day, I've been around enough that I understand what good playing surfaces are.
Yeah.
And when I took over at Pestevo 8 years ago, they were losing grass every year in the winter, coming out of the winter or during the season. And it was the same old thing of overwater, over fertilizer, nothing too complicated.
Yeah.
So you just turn them all back and you manage water correctly, and then everyone thinks you're a genius. Even though you're spending less, they think you're a genius. Because, for the first 2 years, I didn't have to fertilize fairways, or, I cut the fertilizer budget back by 75%, and everybody still, they think you're a genius for doing such simple things. Yet the turf quality improved.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the saying, less is more sometimes, is quite true in golf.
How did you enjoy living in Moscow? Was there an English-speaking community that you were attached to? Did you acquire a taste for vodka?
Well, I love vodka. Well, I got to love vodka, yes. I was quite lucky that one of our members, he was a partner at PwC, Pricewaterhouse and Coopers. He was an English chap, and he was a member at Pestevo. And I never, I always made a rule to myself. I never got close to members anywhere I worked. I kind of kept my distance. But this gentleman, we were very similar at golf. And so we started just connecting and playing golf quite regularly. He was a squash player, and I enjoyed the squash. So in the winter, we played squash. And so, believe it or not, this one gentleman really made my life more enjoyable during my time there. And that was a hard part about the job, is I was quite isolated. I was living in a beautiful apartment overlooking the golf course, but there was no expats around. And so that was kind of the more difficult part of the job, is the isolation sometimes. And you have to be that sort of person who's good in their own company. And I'm pretty good like that. I enjoy my own company, but at the same time, the city is fantastic. It's one of the most cosmopolitan cities you can ever see in the world. They had a fantastic World Cup, and it was just awesome. It was beyond.
During it,
it was incredible how good it was in Moscow. It's actually a great city because it lends itself to moving mass amounts of people around. because the train system is so good, the tube system, the streets are so wide, and no, it's great. I everywhere I've been, even Dubai, that was stressful because I was managing construction projects. But everywhere I've been, it's been a real great experience, and I wouldn't have traded it for the world. And that was quite a difficult choice, because when I left Loch Lomond to go to Dubai, the first couple of weeks I'm going, geez, I left the best. I thought it was the best job going, and I loved the golf course, and I had a great team, and I'm going, okay, I'm in Dubai, and I'm going, what did I do? And it was so stressful, high stress level working there. But, all the negatives were good learning experiences, and they made me tougher.
Do you think Russia is going to end up being a go-to golf destination, or do you think is the golf ethos there is growing? I think it'll become.
I think it'll take time. What they really need to do is just go and build some cheap golf courses, and just get some flat fields and let people play.
Yeah,
and that's how I learned the game. Just a $5 green fee and go play. And I think until they do that, I can't see the game really growing there. Albeit during the Olympics, when they had in Brazil, the Russian girl set the course record during the Olympic event.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have great athletes over there.
Yeah.
Will it be a golfing superpower? I think it'll take a very, very, very long time for that to happen, because they need to grow the game, and the way to grow the game is to build cheap golf courses.
Yeah.